And we're live.
Hello to Holocron Transmissions. This is Patrick, and I am with.
Nick.
And today we're going to do the breakdown of Star Wars Rebels Season 3 Midway trailer. Do you want to tell them about it, Nick?
Sure. So for me, I thought the trailer was great. There were some mistakes that they have actually made, but not all of them. But I just enjoyed the trailer fully because we got the return of Obi-Wan Kenobi coming to Star Wars Rebels, which is a great thing. But it's not Ewan McGregor who is voicing Obi-Wan Kenobi. It's the same guy who voiced Tarkin in the show. But I really hope that, one time we'll get an Obi-Wan Kenobi film with Ewan McGregor again.
Yes, for sure. For sure. Um, I am very happy with this trailer. It does look very unique. There's some arcs I feel like that I will not care for, and we'll go into it once we play the trailer a bit. How we usually do it is we play some of it, we stop, play some of it, stop, and do all of that, and blah, 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 to break it down for you, give our thoughts about it, and whatnot. So we're going to look at it right now. And also, too, we have Omadon here with us. Omadon, give us your thoughts on the trailer before we go into a deep breakdown of it.
It actually looks like they're really starting to amp up the crisis that the rebellion is going to be driven to the point where we got in Rogue One, where you had the fraction of the whole alliance, just like the arguments within them to do what needs to be done.
Oh, I agree. So
it's not just hit and run tactics anymore. It's simple things. They're actually doing like small guerrilla attacks now.
Oh yeah, I agree. So now we're going to break through the trailer. Anytime we want to talk about something, just talk and we'll pause it. Okay.
So-
Nick, you may play.
All right. Oh, sorry, my bad. It went down. And play.
Lucas from Logo. Now we start here with Ezra waking up.
Yeah.
Hearing the voice of Obi-Wan.
Obi-Wan Kenobi from the Holocron.
Now, of course, I just got to stop it there because where is Kanan at this point? I think Kanan has gone mad about Obi-Wan Kenobi.
I don't think so.
Or just a wee bit crazy.
No. I just think he's somewhere else right now. Maybe with Hera, one night stands again, and Ezra's just hearing the sound. I don't think Kanan has gone crazy. We know Darth Maul has, but not Kanan.
Actually, I think what this is probably he's on a mission because he's been given more and more missions where he's been in charge of the mission, and he's just waking up in the middle of the night to the holocron calling to him.
Mm-hmm. I believe that more than the whole Kanan going crazy thing.
Well, Maul really it looks like Maul is more of like in mourning more than anything from the last time we saw Maul.
That is true.
He's got more regrets than anything else, and he's alone.
That is very true. I do agree with that for sure.
Same here. And also plus two, I think Kanan or someone has broken the holocron, of course, because it's keeping like going in a loop and a loop. You know what I mean?
It could be because from that one episode where Ezra and Maul were putting the holocrons together.
The second episode of the season.
It could probably be a bit of like the mixture of a Sith holocron and Jedi holocron. Actually, the Jedi holocron's kind of affected by the Sith holocron with some of the Sith stuff in it now.
That is true. That could definitely be my possibility. That's what I think, at least.
Like it's trying to call him to find Obi-Wan.
Which he does in the trailer.
Which could lead to his fall to the dark side type of thing.
Yeah.
Witnessing stuff.
Now we can play some more of the trailer.
All right, cool.
So we get his nightgown here. Then we hear Ian McGregor's voice as Obi-Wan once again.
Space pajamas. I love the look. Let's just say on the model of Obi-Wan Kenobi there, it really is like a nice look for Ewan McGregor, because I think he looks very different from that once we get to the point where you see him.
Oh yeah,
for sure.
He's almost at what we see
in episode 4. You hope.
Yes.
Oh yeah, they did a good like midway type of look for Obi-Wan almost.
Yeah, would agree there.
Definitely. So now if we play some more, we get Star Destroyers now. We get a new
TIE fighter.
Yep. Some droids.
New combatant droids.
Geonosis once again.
Yep. And let's not forget.
Oh, right there.
Yeah.
Death Troopers.
Yeah, the Shadow Troopers, as they're called.
So it is confirmed for sure now, and this trailer has confirmed that Rogue One and Rebels are supposed to be connected in some different way for sure. Like, they plan off this already. Now, it's interesting that we see the Death Troopers now with Thrawn, because I thought the Death Troopers were only meant for Krennic's
character.
Part. Well,
I think
not character.
Troopers are more like troopers, like guard troopers for an important higher up official.
Okay.
Kind of like a pseudo Imperial Guard.
Yeah, okay, but what about why did we not... Well, I guess there's a good reason why we did not saw them in the original trilogy, because none of the Imperials were really high rank. Maybe these are people only meant for super high ranking officials. And the reason why...
Yeah.
Like, say, for example... Oh, sorry, my bad.
Sorry, let me finish. And the reason why we didn't saw them with Tarkin, for example, is because he had Darth Vader, so there was no need for the Death Troopers.
Honestly, I think it's also more the fact of, like, Tarkin is the governor. Grand Moff is basically the governor of an entire section of the galaxy. He was the Outer Rim governor, and he has his own like guards and such. These are more of like guards for like militaristic important people that you don't want to get rid of. Like when it comes to Grand Admiral Thrawn, he's a Grand Admiral. It's like that is a very high fucking rank. Oh, sorry, a very high.
That's okay.
Rank in the Imperial galactic military machine. He doesn't just control fleet. He controls leagues of fleets. This is someone you don't want to be killed off, so you get the best of the best to guard him. Same with in a way, same with Krennic. Krennic is important because he's overseeing the super weapon of the Empire, the initial design of the. Meanwhile, they're building the bigger one that you see in Return of the Jedi, but this is the how do I put it? This is the initial one. He's overseeing everything. He needs to be guarded in case you don't want to lose the person who's overseeing all this stuff, because it's hard to replace people overseeing something that important.
Of course. Now I want to get in.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry, you want to? But I want to get into the look of them in Rebels first, and because I do like the helmets, but I don't know. There's something off with their body model, or their chest armor doesn't look right, in my opinion. To me, it seems off. Do you guys see what I'm talking about?
Mhm.
I think that more has to do with Krennic versus Thrawn. I think the reason they look different.
I'm not talking about that. No. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the Death Troopers themselves.
Yeah, the design. I'm talking about their armor design itself. I think what it comes to is also remember Krennic was overseeing advanced new military designs and such. That includes weapons and armor. These are an older one. Remember, this is taking place several years before Rogue One.
No. Remember in the flashback that we got with Krennic and Gan and Urso, that was like 15-ish years before A New Hope, almost, or maybe 15-ish years or so, and they still look the same as they did.
Who's to say where Thrawn has been in those 15 years? He's probably been fringe Outer Rim. He hasn't had like really anything to do with the lot of that military stuff.
I just think the animation style and whatnot that they couldn't do it. But I just thought I'd point that out just because it seemed off to me. But we can play the trailer a bit, but I'm still very happy and very excited to see this. And hello to you, Matthew. Okay, let's continue.
Also, I got one more thing as well. Could we see like a young Jyn Erso in Star Wars Rebels? Because at this point, maybe Saw Gerrera has taken Jyn away from her family and protecting her and training her.
Oh yeah, I think we'll definitely see a long Jyn in Rebels, very much so, and we are all hype here as well, Matthew. We're very hype. Okay, let's continue with the trailer.
And also, if we go back there, we see Tarkin with his shadow troopers as well.
I don't think that's Tarkin. I think
that is Tarkin that is Tarkin because you remember Tarkin wearing that helmet in the end of Rebels Season 1.
But it's a very common command helmet, and I think that looks like that is actually A.K.A. Fulcrum. And remember, we know Grand Admiral Thrawn knows who he is. He's just trying to expose him.
That's true.
What better way than with the elites here, in case he fucks up, they can take him down.
Oh yeah, definitely. But let's continue. So we have some destroyer droids, and we have Saw Gerrera back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's something to say. It's nice to see this period between the Clone Wars and Rogue One, and he still doesn't have he isn't the broken man he is in Rogue One yet. Because when you look at Rogue One, he's literally like a version of Vader in a way. A war hero who's basically his ideals are shattered and everything, as well as his body, and he's basically surviving on life support.
Yeah, because you don't see the tube yet. You don't see the little thing around his neck for oxygen.
Yeah, he's not missing a leg. He's not missing an arm. It's like he's not living in like an armor that's his tomb.
So you're guessing then in this mid-season of Rebels we're going to see how he gets all that.
And also how he goes crazy. And also how he goes crazy as well, because in Star Wars Rogue One, he's really crazy.
Yeah,
he's so far gone he can't be part of the rebellion. He's so focused on destroying the Empire. He's become the thing he fights against. He's
an extremist. He's an extremist.
He's basically an opposite version of Vader.
Oh yes. We can continue with the trailer.
All right, cool.
We see more droids. We see Thrawn. We see Kallus, and talking about all of that.
We get to see Lothal. Now, of course, Kallus is going to go to Lothal to probably hide from the Empire. Maybe he's been discovered or something like that.
Well, he's been on Lothal for a while. The last time we saw him was on Lothal. I think he's more likely just trying to escape to warn the rebels, or as we see here, look at what Ezra, the place that he's pretty much grown up in before joining the rebellion.
Very true. Let's continue.
And
So
we go
there's
back there.
Mothma.
I know, so Senator
yes.
Organa, and we see the guy from Rogue One as well.
Well, he's also too in he's also too in A New Hope. He's the general that we saw talking about how to attack the Death Star. I forgot the character's name.
I think his name was General Nadine or something like that.
Yes.
That was
No.
That was Return of the Jedi. Sorry.
We don't know for sure yet, but let's continue.
Sure. Now, of course,
ships.
Yep, and we see the ship from Return of the Jedi and Empire Strikes Back, the Nebula, I believe it's called.
Yes.
So that's
continue.
Yeah, that's a Mon Calamari battle cruiser.
Yep, and it's interesting. We think they should have chose a different-ish outfit, because this outfit that Mon Mothma is wearing is from Revenge of the Sith. And I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but I do feel like they could have did something a little different to make it look more closer to what we saw of her in Rogue One than Revenge of the Sith, if you get what I mean.
I can see why they would be using this here, because this looks like she could be their ploy to get into things, because it's a senatorial outfit as opposed to what you see in Rogue One, which is more of like her everyday attire, which is a more usable attire than very proper senatorial things, which is something you do like for diplomatic missions or going to the Senate and such, which it would be a very poignant thing to wear here, to talk down to like subordinates and such, to get
in
past blockades and such, basically to get past that imperial entanglements.
Okay, I get you, but she is supposed to look a little bit older looking. I don't think I don't know. She looks from Revenge of the Sith still, and I just feel like they could have done something a bit different.
I mean, she looks older. If you look, she's got the wear under the
but
eyes.
You know what I mean, though. But you know what I mean, though.
Yeah.
Okay, Matthew said to the guy who we're talking about. His name is General Doma or Dodama. So yeah, that's his name. Thank you, Matthew. So let's continue.
And we also see our new character there as well. So it looks like he's part of something.
I think we see him already.
No, he would die in this season. He would
die.
Yeah. Let's continue.
Y bombers.
Yeah, we get lots of spaceship action here. I'm loving it. Tarkin.
Yep, and his hologram.
Yeah, let's continue.
Captain Rex.
Yeah.
Thrawn again. TIE bombers. Droids again on Geonosis. And then right there. Let's go back for a second. So Thrawn shooting a blaster one. I don't remember if Thrawn used a blaster in the Thrawn trilogy or not, but for his character, I really don't see him as a person that holds a blaster.
Well, when you're looking at the Thrawn... Oh, sorry.
Or, well, at least like a stormtrooper blaster. To me, I feel like Thrawn would have his own personal gun that is more artsy looking. That's what I feel like.
The thing is like when you're looking at the Grand Admiral Thrawn trilogy, you're also looking at a much older Thrawn.
That's true, but
who's not really having to be in like a real combat situation. More of like he's more of sit back. He's more of like trying to root out a rebellion, and this would be like an officer's pistol. And if you look at how he shoots and later on,
that's not a pistol. Remember the blaster that he's holding is a E11. E11s are not pistols.
That's a blaster pistol. That's
not a blaster pistol. It's a blaster. It's just a blaster rifle.
Now, of course, if you see like the painting here, that's art from Ralph Lepori, like a sketch art, which he done back ages ago, which I really like how he brought that into, Star Wars Rebels.
Yeah. But I just brought up the whole...
Sorry.
I just brought up the whole gun thing just because I feel like Thrawn should have his own personalized blaster, in my opinion.
I think he's more of like if you look at him, he's more of a military man. He likes to have the art around him to study his foes, but he doesn't keep it himself like an art piece, except for the fact of how he fights. Everything with him is precision and pinpoint. With like how he shoots somebody, he's calculating how he's going to do it. And later on, we're going to see him when he hand-to-hand combat.
Okay,
Precision
let's continue.
Fighting.
And then we see as her ship explodes.
Yep.
A phantom.
Yep. And this is the stuff I really give two shits. You can continue.
Right.
But this is the stuff I really give two shits about. I do not care for Sabine's arc here with the Death Watch or the Mandalorians.
And also, we're seeing her mother in this episode as well.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like they're trying to build up. I still like Sabine as a character, but for some reason, every time they're trying to build up her character arc or trying to do this, I'm just not hyped for it. I'm not hyped for. I'm not like, oh my god, she has the black saber. I don't care. I really don't care.
Well, for her, this is basically her.
No. I understand. No, I'm not trying to say it's a bad thing. If they do it right, I'm going to like it. But for me personally,
it's not what you're looking for.
Yeah, I just don't care. They did not get enough cater from it for her to make me care for her to this point.
You know something I would think would be kind of interesting to do is if her father is dead and it's just her mother still around.
They could most likely do that. They most likely would do that.
How fucked would it be if her mother is sort of taking like homages, sort of in dealings with Boba Fett, and kind of sort of uses him as like a pseudo son, where her daughter no longer is in her life. That would be kind of interesting.
Kind of interesting, but I feel like there will be some fan backlash here and there because you have to keep Boba Fett a mystery.
Well, we haven't seen him grow up. He probably would grow up under Mandalorian tutelage.
Maybe, but I don't really see that. I really see Boba Fett growing up on his own with a rag team of thugs and whatnot.
Bounty hunters,
he has
bounty hunters.
He has, and the way I see it is with the bounty hunters, it's more of he knows to keep people at arm's length, but at the same time learning tactics, which is something he really did not have in Clone Wars because he's still like green under the gills. Experienced Mandalorian warriors would teach that to him.
Yeah, and Matthew says, I thought we were going to get Bo-Katan or Bo-Katan.
Bo-Katan.
K.A. Bo-Katan in this. I forgot who Bo-Katan is.
She was a woman who helped Obi-Wan escape in the Clone Wars Season 5 when Obi-Wan went to Mandalore to try and rescue.
Yes. Oh, you know what? If we...
I believe she was killed.
No, she was not. She was not killed. She was not killed at all. So if she does appear in Rebels Season 3, mid-end, that would be very interesting indeed. And it would be fun. I just think it would be kind of nice if she kept in contact with Obi-Wan throughout the years. And that's a reason why Obi-Wan has not went insane yet by himself.
What if she's sort of the senatorial face of the new Mandalore?
That could be a little bit interesting.
And she could be part of the rebellion.
See, this is what I mean. This stuff is interesting, but the thing is, though, I'd like to learn more about that, but with this, they're just going to focus more on Sabine, and I just don't think her arc is going to be that great enough to make me go, yeah, it needs to be this important thing in the trailer, you know?
Mm-hmm. And also,
let's continue.
we are also having like Ahsoka kind of coming back into Star Wars Rebels, because in a live stream that Freddie Prinze Jr. did, he said Ahsoka is coming back, not in the way you're seeing it, but we're seeing it from a different character's point of view.
I think it's more of like getting confirmation of what happened to her.
Yeah, and I said she's alive still. She's just very ruined as well. Yeah, so she better not be like in the last episode or anything like that. I'm gonna be pissed off if that happens. But most likely there will be. And also too, just want to bring this up. We still don't know what happened to their clone troopers. What happened?
Oh yeah, exactly. I think
still don't know what happened to them.
I think they got like budget cut or something like that. They're like, sorry guys, we just brought you back in for only one episode and then you're gone. Goodbye.
Here's the problem with Rebels is, I think it's a good show, but they leave loose ends too much. They don't explain stuff that well, and that's why I feel like lots of the times the best episodes are the beginning and the end episodes, because they explain stuff and they tie stuff up together more nicely than the other episodes, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, but let's continue. We're talking about the trailer here, so let's go.
Now, of course, this is a you person who we haven't. I think this is either A, Sabine's mother, or a you character.
I'm guessing Sabine's mother.
I also have to mention, Death Watch's armor has changed drastically from the Clone Wars era. The color scheme of it is completely different.
Yeah. And Matthew wishes here, he said that he wishes that Pre-Frieza didn't die in the Clone Wars. It would have been nice to see him in Rebels. And I think it was okay, him dying in the Clone Wars show. I didn't see any problem with that whatsoever. But yeah, I do think this is Sabine's mother, to be honest. That's why we didn't see her face in the trailer. So yeah, let's continue.
And also, I have to say, the armor change also seems to show a different Death Watch from what we're used to from the Clone Wars. Like, what has their ideal changed?
That's true.
And why would it drive Sabine away?
Yeah, see, that's the thing is, Rebels needs to explain that, but I feel like they won't. They won't explain that well, at least. And from what I'm seeing of this trailer, as well, and from what you say, I feel like we're going to have a season 4 of Rebels. And that's where Rebels might end. I feel like season 3 is not the actual series finale yet.
I think I would agree with you there as well, because they still have more to explain about what's going to happen to Kanan and Ezra and all that, because we did see Chopper, and also we heard General Sedulas they mentioned in Star Wars Rogue One.
We also saw the Ghost in Rogue One.
Yes.
Yeah, so they have to tie it up with Rogue One, and I don't think how many episodes we have left in this season.
There's 23 episodes in the season.
Yeah, but how many we have left, though, to go? I don't think it will be enough yet to tie stuff up nicely into Rogue One just yet.
I think they did mention that there was going to be a 4th season.
Okay. So let's continue, though. Sabine with the saber. We get him back. And he's become quite of a friend.
We see Sabine is training with Kanan, and she's trying to get used to wielding a dark saber, of course, or a lightsaber.
Yep.
Yeah, we don't call it a lightsaber, just call it a dark saber. Technically, it's not a lightsaber, so yeah.
Although it works under the same principles.
Works under the same principles, but it's not a lightsaber because it's not a Sith or a Jedi weapon.
No, it is a Sith weapon, the dark saber, but it's supposed to also have like a stronger core to it than a lightsaber does.
Let's continue.
All right, cool.
Talking about all of this, very nice, very well done. Seeing that.
Seeing her think unconventionally.
Now, this is Tatooine, what Ezra is here. We see Ezra in his A-Wing, and then we see Tatooine, which is just amazing.
Yeah.
Yep. Very well done.
And I think that's Ezra walking in the sand, of course, in the sandstorm.
Don't know for sure, but we will see.
Or it might be Maul. It might be Maul.
Yeah. I think I see a cane in the left arm side.
Matthew says he hates the way the Mandalorians look in Rebels. I think they look fine.
The what look in Rebels?
The Mandalorians.
We gotta realize it's also a different time period. The Mandalorians don't have a lot of the funds for their weaponry and such that they used to, except for the ones that are part of the Empire.
Very true.
And I think the way that Obi-Wan and Darth Maul fight is going to work is going to be like the Old Wounds comic. If you guys ever read that,
the which comic?
Heard of Old Wounds.
The way I see it is, you also gotta realize it's like the Mandalorians are on their way out. They're being stomped out. The Empire is systematically stomping them out of existence. And since the Mandalorians constantly bickered amongst themselves for generations upon generations with infighting, and when they did become more diplomatic, they tried to leave their whole warring past behind, which caused fractures inside their own. It's like I look at it as like they're like a Roman society. There comes a point when it breaks itself down from the inside. And that's what this is like, the last gasp. Now you could look at, like, if you remember Star Wars Legends canon, that Boba Fett eventually took on the mantle of Mandalore and created his own clones of himself that varied slightly to create a new Mandalorian tribe.
Army or tribe.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that doesn't count anymore, and I'm kind of happy that doesn't count anymore. I like how they're doing it in Clone Wars and Rebels, personally, myself.
Now, what do you guys think of the layout for Tatooine?
It looks like Tatooine. That's all I have to say. It's nothing special. It's nothing special. There's nothing really to say yet. So
it's just sand.
Yeah, let's continue.
It's coarse and it gets everywhere.
And now, here is probably one of the big changes to the Empire we get to see. I think this is probably going to be the 501st Legion trying to stop the rebels on Geonosis.
I don't know. I can say that for sure.
I think this is a trooper designed to prevent the catastrophe of the brainworms.
Okay, no. I know what you're talking about with Old Runes. Thank you. Yes, it's the comic where they show Darth Maul fighting Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yeah.
Yes, I read that comic. Yes. Thank you.
It was an interesting one.
So I think that's how the Obi-Wan fight will work in Star Wars Rebels.
I don't think so. From what we're going to see in the trailer here, I don't think so. I'll explain why, but let's continue.
Looking at this trooper, I think this is it's interesting to look at the design of that helmet and suit. It looks like it's designed to specifically prevent troopers from taking the helmet off in any situation. It's giving them a rebreathing apparatus and everything to keep them cooled inside it so they never take it off and have an incident like happened in Clone Wars with the slugs.
It's very true. And now here we see some more spaceship fighting.
So it looks like there's going to be a lot of spaceships fights in the season.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And I love that. Let's continue. Lots of great stuff there. Sabine again. More Mandalorian stuff.
And Chopper's going crazy.
Yeah, Chopper's going crazy. Don't care.
Overload.
It looks like someone stuck the holocron inside Chopper.
Yeah, it does. It does look like that. And we can see these new droids again, which I don't know who
this
they
is
are.
episode 14, where basically Seb and Chopper find this droid and they take it back to base. And basically, this droid is meant to destroy the rebels.
I see. I don't think they will.
Somehow, I feel this droid is that they used the designs of Grievous's droids to create a better combatant droid.
Yeah, it looks like it for sure.
I would agree there as well.
Right, and let's continue.
Seb again. We get to see Fran's workout.
Yes.
Yeah, Fran's workout with those abs and thighs.
like I said, you watch him fight. It's precision fighting.
Mm-hmm.
And this very much is a testament to Thrawn. He keeps not only his mind sharp, but his body sharp to react with his mind.
Oh, very true. Very true.
It says it's a testament to paying very good homage to the way Thrawn is, and it's so well done.
And also in the background, we get to see like his training gear and all that stuff.
Not only that, I think that those are sort of like in a way trophies of respected opponents that he's taken down. Kind of like also like he would have that kind of homage to General Grievous type of thought process.
Yeah, I was about to say General Grievous of the lightsaber collection and whatnot.
Yes.
Let's continue, but can't wait to see this.
Now, of course, I don't know where they are, but they're getting chased by the TIE Defender, of course, and I think they're either A, in the nebula, or B, I think Seb goes back to his people and try and get them to join the side of the rebellion.
Or they're fighting close to the surface of a star.
True.
That could be true. I believe that a little bit more. But we don't know for sure. But it does look very cool. I do think so.
And we see Rex shooting down some TIE fighters.
Yep. More spaceship battle fighting, more fighting
and
there.
Now, this bit got my attention.
Why?
Because I think Seb is going to die.
Nope. He's going to be saved. Because if he's going to die, they would have not showed this. He's going to be safe. You're going to be 1% wrong on that one.
Honestly, I think this is something that's going to happen closer to the end with Zeb. But I do think there's going to be a death because I don't think
the death that's going to happen is going to be with Kanan. It's not going to be.
But here's what I'm saying is what we're going to see is who's right now besides Kanan, who's like the closest to Ezra. That
I guess Seb.
And that could be a push towards the dark side. And what would be more poignant to see within the finale of the show is Ezra's been turned into an Inquisitor, and what better thing to like bring Vader to do something horrible like have him kill his own master.
I think you guys are overblowing it. At first, I thought they might put Ezra to the dark side, but at this point, there's no way he's going to go to the dark side at this point. I just don't see it anymore.
You never know.
Remember the phrase about the dark side.
Yes, I know. It's just how they portray Ezra right now and how I'm seeing the trailer and all of that. He's not going to do that. He's not going to turn to the dark side. He might have some dark intentions, but it's never going to be like that yet until they prove to me otherwise.
Here's the thing. everybody has even the smallest amounts of dark intentions. If
I agree,
they can grow. And honestly,
I know
things that fed upon. And what more to really cement those darker emotions of Ezra than to actually see someone who is his family die before his eyes? And what more to make him want to make sure it never happens and wanting that power to defend them. That lure of that desire for power to stop something, that fear. And Ezra has a lot of fear, and he does have a great potential in the Force. And we've seen him turn to that dark thing. He has a hard time letting go.
He does, but I'm not. Here's the thing, though: is you're asking for way too much. I feel like if they are going to the dark side route, he's not going to automatically go down da 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 da. He might have like a little hint, or he might do something somewhat bad. But if there's going to be a fourth season, if they are going to try and do a dark side route, he's going to go to more of that down da da down da da down da da da. In that season 4 than season 3, we might see a little hint of it. But for me personally, until I actually see something happening, I still think they're not going to do the whole dark side thing with Ezra. It's just a little tease here and there. That's my personal opinion.
So this scene here, we see Chopper in space.
Yep.
And then we see Thrawn here talking to the rebel. Yeah. So it looks like Thrawn has...
the older droid there. The Chopper's buddy.
Yeah. Yep. So let's continue.
Sabine's with Ezra's lightsaber.
Yep. Don't care. Spaceship battles are great.
Now, of course.
Hold on. Hey, go back. Like, play that right there.
Admiral Yularen from Star Wars Episode 4 and Star Wars: The Clone Wars.
Is it me or does this look like
not that one? No. With Hera. Go back to Hera. The guy in the outfit there.
That's Wedge. That is Wedge. That's been confirmed.
Okay, that's Wedge. So yeah.
So it looks like they're doing an orbital strike on the planet where the rebels have their base. So it looks like the Empire has finally found out their base, and I think that we'll be seeing Yavin 4 very soon.
I think that's they finally they got Fulcrum exposed and tortured him for the info.
And then they're going to attack on the rebel base here to where they have to move to Yavin 4, which will make sense.
And then we see Admiral Yularen from Star Wars Episode 4, Star Wars: The Clone Wars. He was under the command of Anakin Skywalker and now in the high ranks.
Yes, and we saw him in a brief scene with Darth Vader in Episode 4. He's the only guy in the white suit with the mustache at the table and whatnot.
At the council table. And you notice how this looks very much like a Force vision.
It does, but it could be just because the editing as well. Of how they edited the trailer, you know.
True.
So
let's continue. Continue. But it'd be interesting seeing that. Some more spaceship attacks, more destruction.
Ezra with his spacesuit.
Yep. Geonosis again. More Clone Wars stuff, which looks great.
Here we go.
Obi-Wan and now we get to the main thing we all want to talk about.
Yes.
Now, let's play it a bit, and we'll talk about it more.
You shouldn't be here, or you're in the wrong place.
We see Darth Maul, and right there.
Yes.
So
that Allen Guinness look of Obi-Wan.
That's what I first said to myself. I was like, yes.
Yes.
Now the voice actor is not Ian McGregor, which I was hoping for a much older sounding Ian McGregor voice doing Guinness voice. It would have been a nice thing, but they got a different voice actor for him to make him sound more like Guinness, which is fine. I'm okay with that. Now, I love the look of the model. It looks just almost super close to Guinness. The only thing I hate is this pose. I know it's Obi-Wan's iconic pose. But the thing is, though, he doesn't do this when he's this old. He doesn't do it when he's this old. It doesn't make sense for him to do this pose at this age, and I hate him. I hate them having him doing this pose. I love the pose. Don't get me wrong, but for this Obi-Wan, no. Well,
there's a reason why we didn't see him do this pose that is easily able to be explained. How many lightsaber chances did you ever see with Obi-Wan? 2. One where he cut off the dumbass's arm in the cantina, and the other one was with Vader. And what was he doing with Vader? He was basically distracting Vader. He wasn't trying to full out combat Vader. And remember, they were 2 comrades testing the waters with each other.
That's true.
Years after this, and what makes it even more poignant, he was ready to come one with the Force. He was just keeping Vader occupied, so to give Luke motivations.
Very true. I don't know. For old Obi-Wan, I'm not okay with this pose, but I think I might go with it once I see this in full action with the Darth Maul and Obi-Wan fight. Now here's the thing: is Obi-Wan needs to kill Darth Maul here. Darth Maul can't be back for season 4. Please, God, no. I love Darth Maul, but this is the time to fucking end him. He's with Obi-Wan. This is his last chance. He needs to fail, or at least get close enough, and then Ezra has to kill Darth Maul, or Obi-Wan has to kill Darth Maul. And it has to go one of those two ways. Darth Maul can't escape again. If he does, fuck Star Wars Rebels. It didn't go kill itself. Because then after that, Dave Filoni cannot keep his boner in his pants then for Darth Maul. I'm sorry, it's true. It's true. They brought back Darth Maul because he was a good character, and I'm happy they brought him back. You know, I didn't want to see him in Rebels. But he has to die
at some point.
Yeah, but I didn't want to see him in Rebels. But they brought him back in Rebels, and he's doing okay. I'm not liking the character as much as I did in the Clone Wars, but I still love Maul. But when this episode happens, if he does not die, and if he escapes, I'm going to be so pissed off, and this will make me hate Season 3. Because it just ruins a perfect moment you can have with either Obi-Wan killing Maul for the last time, or maybe, as Omadon said with the whole dark side thing, Ezra stabbing Darth Maul in the back while Darth Maul is fighting Obi-Wan Kenobi. That could be a great, great story beat. And if they mess that up, then Dave Filoni does not know how to write a script.
Or I could see also a third option. Maul presents something that Obi-Wan is not expecting. Someone who is based purely in the dark side. Maul comes there, but he's not doing it to fight Obi-Wan. He wants closure. Because he's hinted at, it's just like, I've been searching for him. It's like he wants closure. This is a broken man at this point. He's not the guy he used to be.
He lost everyone who he loves, like Anakin.
And I think what we're going to get is like Obi-Wan, like then allowing them to sit by the fire and basically explain things. It's like they're two broken men, broken by people they've trusted who have destroyed everything they've believed in.
I don't know if it's going to go down that route, but maybe it could go down close to that, but not about the campfire.
Hear me out, though. Obi-Wan will then say, "Leave the lightsaber behind and just repent for." It would be a very poignant character closure for Maul to basically sort of walk out of the story type of thing of. He gave up the last remnants of his hate and atones for the rest of his life for all his misdeeds. It would be a really poignant thing for the character.
So you're saying then you want Darth Maul to stay alive then?
It would be interesting because in a way it's a poignant thing, and also it gives something for Obi-Wan. Because remember, at the end of Revenge of the Sith, you're looking at Obi-Wan. He has been broken. He literally, basically, killed his friend and had a horrible creature invader arise from it. He watched everybody he's known and cared about die before him, and someone who actually was involved in a process which ended up killing off the woman that he actually had feelings for, the Mandalorian woman that he had feelings for in Clone Wars. It's a poignant end to like this to see Maul finally give up that last remnant of hatred he's borne for Obi-Wan for so long, and inspiration for Obi-Wan to realize that there's hope. That the Jedi could come back out of the shadows, and he could do something. Because remember, when we get to New Hope, he wasn't in the rebellion. He knew about it, but he was. This might be a thing for him to basically to have hope for Luke.
Well, he's only there for Luke. But here's the thing: is you know what? Fine, if that happens, that's okay. But it has to end with Darth Maul saying to Obi-Wan, "Please kill me as a new man," and will be great.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is, he just needs to die, because it won't make sense for Darth Maul to still be alive. It just won't make sense, because there's nothing for his arc anymore. He's done. He's finished. And either of those three ways will work. He either dies by Obi-Wan's hand in two ways, either through a fight or through Darth Maul asking him to, through sacrifice, or to end his suffering, or Ezra stabs Darth Maul in the back and shows more of the dark side within Ezra himself.
Maybe Ezra doesn't do it in this episode, but in a later episode he finds Maul, and Maul is giving up everything.
No! Oh my God, no!
But I'm saying it makes good sense for both of them. It's like maybe Obi-Wan says, like, you are no longer Maul. You've basically given up what Maul was. You are your own self now.
I would hate that. No, I would hate that.
It would be the Jedi way. It would be...
I think you may have different thoughts on this. Basically, we would just see what happens, and we just basically want them to do it right. But, Nick, you have not said anything.
Yeah, sorry, I just wanted to let you guys give your thoughts about this. Now, I think that Maul might actually try and find Luke Skywalker on Tatooine as well while he's there, because if you remember in the Star Wars...
I don't think so, because Darth Maul does not know who the fuck Luke Skywalker is. So what's the point? He's just there for Obi-Wan.
He's even stated that he's been looking for Obi-Wan. Even Ezra stated that's what they've been both looking for. Remember, they were both Ezra and him were inside each other's heads.
That's true.
And we see Maul here with his double-bladed lightsaber. So that's basically our thoughts about the trailer. Do you guys have any last thoughts, or?
Basically, okay trailer. I did like it. I'm excited to see what happens with Obi-Wan and Darth Maul. Don't care for the Sabine stuff, but some of the Mandalorian stuff could be interesting. I'm very excited to see how they have this and make it into how they combine Rogue One and this together. And overall, that is my final thoughts on this trailer, and can't wait for Rebels to come back for the rest of it.
Amadon, would you like to state your thoughts?
When it comes to this, I'm seeing that we're going to be seeing a big change in characters this season. This season, it looks like we're going to confirm not only Sabine growing to become a leader of her people, but we're going to see Ezra falling to the dark side, and we're also seeing the rebellion game more desperate with Thrawn's clutches on them. We're also going to see the breaking. We're going to see Maul give a broken Maul here finally give up the life, showing that it's not only Vader that can change, anybody can change. It's just you have to want that change in yourself. It's like Maul has been tortured his entire life. He wants peace in his life. And it's like he's not known it. And this would get, what better way to find peace than from the one person you've hated the most for so long? And not only that, it looks like we're also going to get Obi-Wan gain reinvigorated to see hope now in the light side of the Force, and maybe this is when Obi-Wan starts talking to Luke more about stuff. Because remember, Luke did meet Obi-Wan once or twice as old Ben before A New Hope. He talked about it, It's like oh, there is this crazy hermit out there. It's like I've met him once or twice. He's kind of stays to himself. It's like this could have been like he's tries to talk with Luke, and that's why Owen's like, no, I don't want Luke to follow this Jedi shit type of thing, because he doesn't want Luke to end up like his half brother.
Now, my thoughts on this trailer, I have to probably give it a 10 out of 10. It was really good. I mean, I don't really care about the Sabine stuff like you, Patrick. I think the Obi-Wan episode will do great. I think the Obi-Wan episode will probably be the best episode out of the whole series, to be honest. And I can't wait for the return for Star Wars Rebels and Saw Gerrera. Of course, you see the preview there for the second one. So, yeah, that's my thoughts.
All right. So that's our review and look of the new mid-season trailer for Star Wars Rebels season 3. I hope you really enjoyed it. Please give a like and comment down below on what you guys think of the trailer and whatnot, and give us your thoughts and all of that, and subscribe to Star Wars. No, not Star Wars. But you can if you want. But subscribe to Holocron Transmissions if you want to see more of our thoughts and more news and such on Star Wars Rebels and much, much more of Star Wars itself.
So don't forget, guys, may the Force be with you always.